Okay guys, check this out, man. It's been snowing outside too much, so me and Frank kind of cooped up and we're wanting to do something with the RC stuff, so we decided we're going to build some kind of boat, swamp boat looking things or something like that.
Snow skimmers.
They're going to be snow skimmers, I guess Frank's calling it. We're going to run them on the snow. It's going to be made out of the cheaper blue core Dow foam like we got over here. So we're just going to throw these together hopefully in one night and see what happens and see how they run in the morning on the snow. And possibly even on the frozen lake. So let's get started building and see what happens. Okay guys, got the main base plate for this snow skimmer, swamp boat thing, or whatever you want to call it. It's going to be 24 inches long from front to back and 13.5 inches wide. So now I'm going to be gluing on some of the skids that we're going to put on the bottom. Frank's busy cutting them out over there on the hot wire cutter. So we're going to put some 2.5 inch wide skids on the bottom and glue them on there. So after you get those cut out, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I got the skids here. Frank cut them all out. They're 2.5 inches wide, and we're going to go double layer deep. So I'm just going to hot glue them together. And after we get them hot glued together, I'll shape the rounded edges on the front and a little bit on the back of them, and then we'll glue them onto the main base piece. Okay guys, I got the skids all glued together, and now we're cutting some rough cuts for 45 degree or a little more than 45 degree, maybe 60 degree bevel cuts. Now I'm going to take a sanding block and we're going to kind of sand it and round it. And after that's all done, we'll basically just glue it to the base board that we got cut out, and it'll be set. So let me get sanding and we'll see how it turns out. Okay guys, the snow skimmer is starting to take shape. We're just throwing these things together. Basically, I just kind of contoured the little skids on the front and around the bottom of the main belly plate, or whatever you want to call this thing. And I just put some edges around the top and just started shaping them real rough with a sanding block. Now I'm going to start getting ready to start placing the equipment on top. I'm going to have the battery up near the front. Then I'm going to build a little tower with the motor and prop. Then behind that we'll have 2 rudders. So let me get started assembling that, and then we'll take a closer look when I get a little more done. Okay, Franco's sanding the front of his. Okay, I'm getting ready. I'm going to cut the motor tower. I've got an old piece of a scrap EPP. Actually, if you guys need EPP, see RC Skyflyer. But anyway, I'm just going to cut this out. It's going to be a motor tower. I'm going to make it tall enough for up to an 8-inch prop. We're probably going to start off trying to run this with a 6-inch prop. But if I need to, I'll have room to go up to an 8-inch prop. So I'm going to cut this out with our tabletop hot wire cutter. And then after I get it cut, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay guys, got the motor tower all cut out and kind of roughly shaped for the snow skimmer. Basically that's going to be glued onto the main body part of the snow skimmer. I'm going to be using this wood motor mount. I'm just going to cut some slots. I'm just going to press inside the motor tower here, and then it'll be epoxied in so it's nice and secure, and that'll be a nice place for the motor to mount onto the snow skimmer. So let me get that all glued together and ready, then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay guys, got the motor tower mounted to the snow skimmer here. And basically the motor I'm going to be using for the first test motor is a Grayson Hobby Super Mega Jet. And the only ESC I have right now is an 80 amp Turnigy ESC, so I'll be using that. And next I got to start locating the other electronics and also the rudders that are going to be going on the back here. So let me start putting all that together, and then we'll take a look at it after that's done. Okay guys, I made a quick template for the rudder assembly, and I've cut it all out, and I've got it just test fit here right now. I used a hot knife tool to cut some slots so it slides down in there. I kind of botched up this side with the hot knife, but this is just something we're throwing together, so it shouldn't be that big deal. So I'm going to tape it up so it's slightly waterproof, or at least water resistant, since this is foam board. So I'll tape it all up, then we'll glue it on, and then after that we'll get to attaching the servo to it. Okay guys, got the snow skimmer all finished. Pretty much as you can see here, I built the EPP box. This is where the electronics are going to go. This will hopefully keep it a little bit drier and keep the water off the electronics. I got the ESC on that side. It's actually bigger than I need, but it's the only one I had. I put an 80 amp Turnigy ESC on there, and I'm running the Grayson Hobby Super Mega Jet with actually a 7x4 prop. That prop might actually be a little too much for this motor, but as long as I don't go full throttle, I think I'll be okay. Let me spin it around to the other side here. And over here, I've got the battery and the receiver. So I'm just using the Nanotech 3S LipoPack 2200 milliamp. And as you can see, I got the rudder assembly all finished. Basically, I just took a piece of wood and hot glued the very tips and also used tape to connect them together. And I have one servo on the back. I did one test run real quick, and it seemed like it was kind of digging into the snow with just the two skids on the side. So what I did is I added another piece in the front here to hopefully get it up on the snow. So let's take it outside and see how it goes. Okay guys, this is going to be the first test. This is just in the backyard. Oh. Nope. I'm stuck. Okay, Franco's got his already. Oh, the dogs.
Ready too.
He's part of the Tupperware team. Where'd he go?
Mine doesn't want to turn, dude.
Oh. Oh, wow.
No brakes. Oh, where are you at? There you go.
I just put the monkey on there.
Oh man, I caught air.
What? Upside down.
Feel mine now,
You're gonna hit Polly.
What happened, man?
You flipped too.
From what?
From the tree.
That's crazy. I don't know what the hell happened.
Wow.
That's crazy when it hits the little bumps, man.
Seems like you're gonna fly. Wow. Woo. She loved it. Oh, hang on, Chen. Wow, Francis.
Yeah, it hauled butt on the parking lot.
Go again. Wow. Oh, you have battery.
Look at my tape, dude.
Oh no!
Film it, dog.
Oh, what happened? The tail is lift off.
Hey, get those up, stay off.
Okay guys, we're back at the house now, and just taking a look at the snow skimmer that I built. Basically, Frank and I had a lot of fun driving these things for the first time. They actually turned out better than what we thought or planned. Basically, considering that we didn't really have a plan, we just kind of made it up as we went along. But basically, once you get them out on the snow, they're a lot of fun to drive. They do handle a lot different than, say, like an RC car or something like that. So it's kind of a little bit of a learning curve. But overall, you know, it's a lot of fun. So we're probably going to be doing some more videos of these in the future. So stay tuned, and see you guys next time.